person.
And assisting him is Dr. Benson Parker, a doctor from Sierra Leone who Colyer is training to perform this complicated plastic surgery.
And then you got the right tension. Okay. That's what it's supposed to feel.
Both the doctor's mother and brother were killed during a rebel offensive, an offensive that was called Kill Every Living Thing.
He lost his mother and your younger brother, is that right?
And now the people who killed his family could very well end up on his operating table.
We just have to welcome them, just to forgive. Even though to forget is very difficult.
In the most difficult case of the day, Dr. Colyer has to remove a scar that is emblazoned across this young man's forehead, like a giant billboard.
Oh, there it is, right there. That's it, right there. We can get most of this scar here, okay, without pulling his eyebrows up and giving him that surprised look. You know, I mean, he can be a normal teenager again.
What is it that you can do in that operating theater for these people's lives?
Well, I think one thing is the kids, taking care of them directly. But the most important thing is, how are we going to make a difference in the long run in a place like Sierra Leone? Can we get this healthcare system working again? Thank you very much. Thanks.
Right now, the health system is barely functional, especially deep in rebel country, where the Revolutionary United Front, or the RUF, still rules. In the ruins of what was once the district hospital, Dr. Colyer finds this abandoned child soldier with an infected gunshot wound.
Is this where your bullet hit you? Yeah? How long ago was that?
4 months ago.
Now, does he sleep on top of the straw? Does he put a sheet on the straw? Yeah. And then he sleeps on top of that? I mean, the war doesn't just hurt people, it destroys their society. It ruins everything in the community. You know, the basic health care, it doesn't exist in this country.
After 10 years of war, Sierra Leone is so exhausted that even the rebels say they're ready for peace.
Look at the door underneath there with the gunshots through them.
Perhaps because, as the graffiti says, the country is now in pieces. Sam Colyer is the local RUF commander.
We are no longer willing to go back to war. We are committed to peace. Thank you.
Colyer speaks a good game, and not surprisingly, he and his friends here deny that the Revolutionary United Front branded its victims.
This might have happened in the other cases, from the other faction, but to my knowledge, not at all. Anybody could do that, to cast that as and blame on the RUF.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to dab right here. Okay.
But as Augusta knows, the RUF signature speaks for itself.
See, there's the line. That's where the F was, okay? And the U was there, and the R was over here, okay?
What is it like when you first draw back those bandages?
It's really amazing to see the kids. Before, they won't look at their chest, and it's amazing to actually see them look down and smile. They have a future. It's a wonderful feeling. What do you think? Okay? Good.
At a nearby center for former child soldiers, these teenagers are learning vocational skills while they wait and hope to be reunited with their families.
My future is when I was...
My future?
And now I'm trying to learn some...
I'm studying to be an electrician,
for my education,
so I can help my
I want
family.
to be electrician.
But before a boy like this one can help his family, he has to be forgiven for the atrocities that he committed against them. And so far, his family doesn't want him back.
To have some hope that I
All
may
I
help
can
them.
do is hope they'll forgive me for all the bad things I've done.
And across Sierra Leone, thousands of families are being asked to do just that. Relief agencies spend months trying to find the families of the child soldiers who were kidnapped. And when they do, a United Nations helicopter will airlift the children to villages they haven't seen since they were taken away and forced to fight so many years ago. No one knows how their relatives will react. But in this village, at least, the children find a warm welcome, hugs and handshakes, and families ready to help them heal their wounds.
They will always have the scars of war. They will always haunt them. But they want to have a future. You know, these are kids that can go on to school, they can get jobs, and they can also have a peaceful life ahead of them.
But because these children have undergone such physical and emotional trauma, will they ever really recover? Last Tuesday, their crippled country took a giant step towards recovery, holding the first free and open election since the war's end. In the capital, voters started lining up at 4 in the morning, eager to repudiate those who would return them to a life of violence.